Hello, Morongo Basin, and listeners around the world online at Z107.7 FM.com. Here is the Z107.7 Local News for Thursday, May 30th, 2024. A 20-year-old man has gone missing from 29 Palms, and friends of the family are asking the public's help in looking for him. Shane Johnson was last seen on Tuesday, May 14th, when he was driven away from 29 Palms by family members. It is believed he was last seen near Wendy's on Highland Springs Road in Beaumont. Shane Johnson is 20 years old and has a developmental disability. He may appear younger. Friends of the family say closer to 16 years old. His build is described as slim, and he is about 5 foot 7 inches tall. 29 Palms residents may recognize Shane. He's frequently seen in the city and is known to be polite and soft-spoken. He's also frequently seen pushing a shopping cart and has toy cars and soldiers with him. We have photos of Shane at our website. If you think you have seen Shane Johnson, call the San Bernardino Sheriff's Morongo Basin Station at 760-366-4175. A high-speed pursuit in 29 Palms led to the forcible arrest of the suspect in her own yard. On Friday at 10:30 a.m., deputies attempted to conduct a traffic stop on a silver Nissan that they say failed to stop at a stop sign on Utah Trail near 29 Palms Highway. The Sheriff's Department identified the driver of the Nissan as Kristen Brock Jones, a 41-year-old resident of 29 Palms. Deputies say Brock Jones failed to yield and initiated a high-speed pursuit through 29 Palms, during which she is reported to have driven on the wrong side of the road and hit speeds of 80 miles per hour. Deputies say Brock Jones drove back to her property in the 74,000 block of Alta Loma Drive in 29 Palms. There, deputies say that she refused to follow orders and they used force to restrain her, injuring the back of her head and causing bleeding. Kristen Brock Jones was arrested on suspicion of resisting arrest and felony evasion and was booked into the West Valley Detention Center on $30,000 bail. Fire season has begun, and the Bureau of Land Management has announced a closure to a popular nearby destination. Public lands appreciator Robert Hayden has the story.
A temporary closure in Whitewater Canyon down the hill in Riverside County starts this Saturday, June 1st, and stays in effect until October 31st. The BLM says it's due to high fire danger in the canyon, a mixture of dry grasses from this winter's rain, and only one road in and out of the canyon, which would make a wildfire evacuation extremely difficult. According to the BLM's Palm Springs South Coast Field Office, only about 4,000 of the 1.7 million acres of the public lands they manage will be affected. They'll be posting a copy of the fire order and a map at the Whitewater Canyon entrance. We'll have a copy of the closure map at this story on our website. The BLM reminds everyone that it's illegal to enter public lands under a fire closure and can be punished with fines of up to $100,000, 12 months in jail, or both. Reporting for Z107.7 News, I'm Robert Hayden.
And just on the other side of Highway 62 from Whitewater Canyon, a brush fire burned across 10 acres near Desert Hot Springs on Tuesday. The fire led to the closure of the highway briefly near Pearson Boulevard, but was under control by 6 p.m. The town of Yucca Valley has shared the results of last weekend's Grub Stakes run. In the 5K, the top 3 men were Candelario Alcaraz, Merle Abel, and Sergio Valdez. In the 5K, the top 3 women were Talia Brown, Linda Colbert, and Haley Hunzinger. In the 10K, the top 3 men were Jerry Moscato, Caleb Gates, Barry Sheehan, and the 10K top women were Blanca Brebeska, Nelly Gutierrez, and Marilyn Lutz. For detailed individual race times and rankings, visit a link in this story at Z107.7 FM.com. Grubstake Days was held last weekend in Yucca Valley. Here is reporter Adeline J. Wells with more on the local organization behind the annual event.
A Chamber of Commerce is an organization commonly found in many municipalities. For Morongo Basin residents, it might be known as the organization that puts on several community events, the largest being the annual Grubstake Days celebration. On a recent up-close show, host Gary Dagneau sat down with Wanda Statham, Tanya Chu, and Shaka Gray of the Chamber of Commerce in Yucca Valley. Chu, the chairman of the board, answered the question on the minds of many. What exactly is the Chamber of Commerce?
The Yucca Valley Chamber of Commerce is the largest referral service in the Morongo Basin.
Referral service, that's very interesting. Okay, yeah.
So what we do is we go out in the community and we have people apply for membership, and then with our membership, we advertise for them. We give them spotlights on our websites and at our functions. When you're a small business, or a nonprofit, it's the best way to network.
And the Chamber of Commerce basically represents the business community.
Yes, we have a great board that really puts their heart and their soul into our community.
Director Shaka Gray added to her comments on how the Chamber helps local businesses succeed.
We do a lot of luncheons, would give each business opportunities not only to bring clientele and people into the shop, but at the same time it gives us a outlet for networking and pass business cards and get to know what kind of services.
I've attended. You call that your Leads Luncheon, right?
Yes, indeed.
For more information on how to get involved with the Chamber of Commerce, visit yuccavalley.org. Reporting for Z107.7, this is Adeline J. Wells.
On this week's Z107.7 Up Close show, host Gary Dignot will talk to Karen Follis. Follis was a nurse prior to becoming the CEO at 2 of Desert Care Network's 3 area hospitals, JFK Memorial Hospital in Indio and High Desert Medical Center in Joshua Tree. Follis will talk about how she taps into those clinical skills as an administrator relating to the needs of professionals and patients. She will talk about the department's medical specialties, services, and staff at our own local hospital. Karen Follis, the guest on the Z107.7 Up Close show, tomorrow at 10 a.m. here on Z107.7. Tomorrow, 29 Palms Very Very will be hosting the new art exhibition by punk rock icon Exene Cervenka of the long-standing Los Angeles band X. Z107.7's reporter with the X tattoo, Gabriel Hart, gives us the details on this gallery opening and what kind of wild gifts Cervenka has whipped up for art aficionados.
Move over 29 Palms. Exene Cervenka is coming over with her exhibit and art book Swinging on a Star, featuring all new visual work by the Los Angeles punk icon. While most known for her vocals and poetic lyrics in the roots punk group X, where she sings alongside John Doe, Cervenka's art and pen work has adorned X's album covers and lyric sheets since year one. Eventually breaking out of the band's stylistic confines, Cervenka's collage and text art would take on a life of its own, honing an unmistakably timeless aesthetic while influencing a generation of cut-and-paste artists to come. Cervenka will be signing copies of her new art book Swinging on a Star from 5 to 8 p.m. with savory pie by I Falta Pizzas, drinks, and music by DJ Aaron Farinelli at the Shop Corner 62 Courtyard. Reporting for Z107.7, this is Gabriel Hart.
And finally, the Yucca Valley High School Girls Soccer Booster hosted a fundraiser for the Lady Trojan soccer team, and they said it was a sold-out success. The Boosters held their first Golf Masters fundraiser tournament on May 19th with the goal of buying new uniforms for the team. Coach Samantha Stoker said that the tournament saw 14 teams compete at Hawks Landing Golf Course in Yucca Valley, bringing in more than $5,000 from sponsors, players, and supporters. Stoker thanked the sponsors and said that the tournament was so successful it will likely become an annual event. That's our local news. Hear local news 7 times a day, 7 days a week at 7, 8, 9, noon, 4, 5, and 6. If you hear news happening, let us know about it. Email us at tips@z1077fm.com. Reporting for the Morongo Basin News Leader, the award-winning Z107.7 Local News, I'm Jeff Harmatz.